Have you always been confused on the difference between a deed of assignment and an irrevocable power of attorney? In this video, I'm going to be telling you a quick difference between a deed of assignment and an irrevocable power of attorney. So let's dive right in. A deed of assignment is a legal document that shows the full transfer of ownership from a seller to a buyer. This is usually given when the root title of that document is a C of O. And according to the Land Use Act of 1978, a C of O can be issued only once. So if I, the seller, has a C of O and I want to sell my property or transfer my property from me, the seller, to a buyer, I would have to issue him a deed of assignment because I cannot issue him a C of O again, as it can only be issued once. So however, I can issue a deed of assignment, which is also a legal document that's going to show the full transfer of ownership and rights of that property from me, the seller, to you, the buyer. And what makes a deed of assignment valid? Now, here are a few things that make a deed of assignment valid or valuable. The first is that it must contain the names of the seller and the buyer. It will also contain the recital, which is the history of that property from the first occupant down to me, the seller, and down to you, the buyer. It will also contain the consideration of that property, which means what was exchanged for the property. If it was money that was exchanged for the property, or if it was a property for a property. It will also show in the deed of assignment. Also, it will show the full description and nature of that property that I'm trying to sell to you, the buyer. It will also contain the signatures of both the seller and the buyer and their witnesses, the signatures of the witnesses that were present to witness the exchange of the property. And finally, it is going to contain the date and stamp in which that transaction took place. All right, so these are the few things that make a deed of assignment valuable or valid. So if you're going to buy a property and they're offering you a deed of assignment, please check the deed of assignment to see if all these things I've mentioned are present, because that is when it is going to be regarded as valuable and also registrable at the Ministry of Land. Now, what is an irrevocable power of attorney? An irrevocable power of attorney is a legal document that gives the authority for one individual to act on behalf of another individual, act as in use, occupy, and also transfer that property. So an irrevocable power of attorney is a legal document that gives the buyer the full authority to act on behalf of the seller to use, to occupy, and to transfer that property, if need be, to another person. All right, why it is irrevocable is because when the seller has given that buyer that full right and authority to act on his behalf, it cannot be reversed. So I, the seller, once I've given you an irrevocable power of attorney as a document on the property I'm trying to sell to you, I cannot come back another time to come and reclaim that property again for myself. All right, so it can be given just once. That authority can be given just once to the buyer. All right, so it is a legal document used right here in Eastern Nigeria, Enugu to be precise. So people often get scared when they want to buy a property and then they ask for the document and you hear irrevocable power of attorney, because they are not used to it. They think that document is not genuine or it is not going to be legal. So I am here to tell you that an irrevocable power of attorney, it is a legal document and it is registrable at the Ministry of Land. So today, we're trying to buy a land and they want to issue you an irrevocable power of attorney. Please accept it, for it is legal. So with this, I have come to the end of this video. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. So whenever I post more informative real estate videos like this, you're going to be aware of them. And also, if you have further questions or inquiries about any land document or title right here in Nigeria, eastern part of Nigeria, or Enugu to be precise, please, you can reach out to me on the number shown on your screen or drop a message in the comment section and I'll be here to acknowledge them. So till I come here next time, have a wonderful day.